Hello, young explorers. I'm so glad you're here and ready for an exciting adventure. Today we're going to discover a place that's full of wonders, stories, and surprises. Are you curious to find out where we're headed? Well, get ready, because we're about to set off on a journey together. Have you ever heard of a place called Quang Nam? It's a special province in Vietnam, and it's waiting for us to explore its secrets. Maybe you've seen it on a map, or maybe this is your very first time hearing about it. Either way, there's so much to learn. Quang Nam is a fascinating province located on the beautiful coast of Vietnam. Imagine golden beaches stretching along the ocean, green hills rolling into the distance, and peaceful countryside dotted with rice fields and rivers. It's a place where nature and history come together in the most magical way. Vietnam is a country in Southeast Asia, a region known for its rich cultures, delicious foods, and amazing landscapes. If you look at a globe, you'll find Vietnam shaped like the letter S, hugging the eastern edge of the continent. Quang Nam is one of its many wonderful provinces. Quang Nam has a long and exciting history, full of adventure and discovery. Long ago, it was home to ancient kingdoms, brave explorers, and creative artists. People have lived here for thousands of years, leaving behind stories, treasures, and traditions for us to uncover. Are you ready to travel back in time with me? Let's go! Together we'll step through a magical portal and visit the past, meet fascinating people, and see incredible places. Hold on tight. Our adventure in Quang Nam is about to begin. Once upon a time, long, long ago, Quang Nam was part of a kingdom called Cham. The Cham people lived there. They were skilled sailors and traders. They built impressive temples and towers. These structures were dedicated to their gods and goddesses. The Cham were also known for their beautiful sculptures and artwork. Life in ancient Quang Nam was vibrant and bustling. People farmed the land, growing rice and spices. They fished in the rivers and the sea. The Cham people were also talented craftsmen, creating pottery, jewelry, and silk fabrics. They traded these goods with other countries, making Quang Nam an important center of commerce. As the centuries passed, the Vietnamese people, driven by a mix of necessity and ambition, gradually began to journey southward. This movement, known as the Nam Tien, or southward expansion, was not a single event, but a long and complex process that unfolded over generations. Families packed up their lives, leaving behind familiar lands in the north, and set out on foot, by boat, and with their livestock, braving unknown territories and new climates. The journey was often difficult, filled with challenges from dense forests, wild animals, and unpredictable weather. Yet, the promise of fertile land and new opportunities kept them moving forward, step by step, into the lush and tropical landscapes of the south. Eventually, these Vietnamese settlers arrived in regions already inhabited by the Cham people, such as the province of Quang Nam. The Cham had a rich and ancient culture, with their own temples, traditions, and ways of life. The arrival of the Vietnamese marked the beginning of a new era for these lands, as two distinct peoples came into contact, sometimes peacefully, sometimes with tension. The Vietnamese established new villages alongside Cham settlements, learning about the local environment and adapting to the rhythms of life in their new home. The Vietnamese brought with them a wealth of customs and traditions from their homeland. They celebrated festivals, wore distinctive clothing like the Ao Dai, and practiced rituals that had been passed down for generations. These traditions helped them maintain a sense of identity and community, even as they adapted to their new surroundings. They shared their food, crafts, and stories, gradually weaving their culture into the fabric of daily life in Quang Nam. Along with their customs, the Vietnamese introduced innovative ways of farming and building. They brought new tools and techniques for cultivating rice, which allowed them to make the most of the fertile land. They constructed homes and public buildings using methods that reflected both their northern heritage and the influences of their new environment. These changes not only improved their own lives, but also influenced the Cham and other local communities, leading to new forms of cooperation and exchange. Over time, Quang Nam transformed into a vibrant blend of Cham and Vietnamese cultures. The two peoples learned from each other, sharing traditions, foods, and ways of life. Festivals became more colorful, villages more diverse, and the region itself richer in history and spirit. This blending of cultures laid the foundation for the unique identity that Quang Nam holds today, a place where the past and present come together and where new chapters are always beginning. Nestled along the gentle banks of the Thuban River, Hoi An stands as one of the most enchanting and celebrated destinations in Quang Nam province. With its golden-hued buildings, winding alleyways, and shimmering lanterns that light up the night, Hoi An feels like a magical place frozen in time. Visitors from all over the world are drawn to its unique charm, but few realize just how important this city once was in the history of global trade. Long ago, Hoi An was not just a beautiful riverside town. It was a bustling ancient trading port, alive with the sounds of merchants haggling, boatmen unloading their cargo, and the aroma of exotic spices drifting through the air. The docks were always busy, with wooden boats bobbing gently as they waited to be filled with goods from distant lands. During the 16th and 17th centuries, Hoi An's harbor was a true crossroads of the world. Ships with billowing sails arrived from China, Japan, Portugal, the Netherlands, and many other countries, each bringing their own treasures and stories. The harbor would be filled with the vibrant colors of Chinese junks, the sleek lines of Japanese merchant ships, the sturdy Portuguese caravels, and the traditional Vietnamese boats, all coming together in a lively scene of international exchange. These traders came seeking the finest goods that Hoi An and its surrounding regions had to offer. Silk, woven with intricate patterns and vibrant dyes, was highly prized. Fragrant spices like cinnamon and star anise filled the air, while delicate porcelain pieces gleamed in the sunlight. In return, the merchants brought silver, textiles, and other rare items from their homelands, making Hoi An a treasure trove of precious goods and a hub of economic activity. Over time, Hoi An blossomed into a true melting pot of cultures. Chinese, Japanese, and European merchants didn't just visit, they settled here, building homes, temples, and shops alongside Vietnamese traders. The city's streets echoed with a mix of languages, and its architecture became a beautiful blend of different styles. This rich cultural tapestry is still visible today, in everything from the iconic Japanese-covered bridge to the ornate Chinese assembly halls and the French colonial buildings that line the streets. Recognizing its incredible historical and cultural value, Hoi An has been designated a UNESCO World Heritage Site. This honor helps to protect its unique character and ensures that future generations can continue to explore its fascinating story. Today, as you wander through Hoi An's charming streets, past glowing lanterns and centuries-old buildings, you can still feel the echoes of its vibrant past. Every corner tells a story, making Hoi An not just a harbor of treasures, but a living museum of history, culture, and timeless beauty.